What up, Body Bags? BDG reviews here. What I'm reviewing this week is Body Parts, starring Jeff Fahey. Uh, this is an interesting flick. This was from the early '90s, and I remember I actually saw this back on in the VHS days. It was one of the rentals I picked up back then. I only ever saw it once, but I always sort of enjoyed it. Basic plot idea of this is there's a guy. He's a psychiatrist, and he's like, I guess he's like trying to figure out like if people are insane or anything, like on death row or whatever. He gets into a car accident and he ends up losing his arm. So essentially this doctor says to his wife, like, like his arm's like shot, it's gone. But I can give him another arm. She's got this new technique for grafting body parts. So they're wheeling him to the, like on the gurney, they're wheeling him into the surgical room, whatever, and there's all these guys standing around with shotguns. It's a really, like, surreal scene. He doesn't know what's going on, but, stuff happens, they give him a new arm. So he wakes up and he's got this arm. It's all scarred up and everything, and, he's like doing rehab and everything, getting it back together, and it sort of starts to become evident that there's something not quite right with this arm. It does things, it makes him think things, and he eventually ends up learning that this arm came from a serial killer who was executed, and that's what he saw when he was wheeling him into the thing. The guards were there with shotguns while, this guy was executed, and then they took his body parts. So essentially, he has an arm. Brad Dourif is in it. His character has an arm. And this other guy, I can't remember his name, but he's got the two legs. And Brad Dourif seems to be kind of okay with it. Nothing's really bad is happening with him. But, a few strange things are happening with the guy with the legs and with Jeff Fahey's character. And then someone starts killing them off and, like, taking these limbs. And, it's sort of a mystery as to who this is and everything. But, I'll just leave it at that. This movie has really good gore. I mean, like, really good gore. I was actually surprised by how gory it was. I mean, like I said, I saw it on VHS back in the day, and I didn't really bat an eye at it. But looking back at it now, it was actually surprisingly, like, gory. But I mean, you're ripping off legs and arms and everything. That's kind of going to happen. All in all, it's a very solid movie. Now, is the acting all around, like, top notch? I don't think so. No one's really hamming it up, but there's some questionable choices, I'll say. Take that for what you will. This movie is, it's like the old story, like, the violinist who gets, like, the hand of, like, a serial killer. Same basic plot as that old story. But it's damn enjoyable. And I definitely recommend it. For a rating, gets an 8 out of 10. Really solid flick. No one talks about this movie. They should be talking about this movie. This is a release from Scream Factory, so it's got a new commentary track on it, which was kind of interesting. And some like interviews with the director and stuff. So, quite a bit of good stuff. I'm surprised this movie hasn't really picked up a new following over the years, which it should have. That's it for me. See you next week.